Hello everyone, welcome to the cloud computing class session 33. So in today's session we are going to discuss about the applications which you are going to run on the client's computer without installation and which is very helpful to connect to the cloud. So a cloud application is the software that is run on client computer without installing application. There are many applications that can run, but there needs to be a standard way to connect between the client and the cloud. So these applications are very useful for connecting the client computer with the cloud. And for that, without installation, they can run on the client computer for connection with the cloud. So if there is a communication between a computer and the cloud, then only you can access the cloud services. The computers need a common way to speak with one another. So computer needs something which it needs something intermediary which needs to connect to the cloud, and that we are going to study how the communication can happen with the client and cloud. So we already studied about the web browsers. So using the web browsers we can connect our client machine to the cloud, but with the web browsers what can be used for communication we'll study. So with the web browsers the protocols can be used for communication, like protocols that are used to manage connections between both parties, client and server or client and cloud. So the protocols which are used to manage the connection are HTTP protocol and XMPP protocol. So we already know what is the HTTP protocol. So it is a hypertext. So that is a hyper transfer text protocol. So that is a hypertext transfer protocol, and we use and we can see that HTTP protocol, and you can see this HTTP protocol used with the web browsers. So we open the web browsers and we type the every URL with the HTTP protocol. The every URL we type with the HTTP. So this is one way to connect your web browsers client machines with the server or the cloud. So to get a web page from your cloud provider, you will be using the hypertext protocol with web browser. It is computing mechanism to transfer data between the cloud and your organization. So it is one way to transfer the communication or to connect the communication between your organization and the cloud. So when a host needs to customize the contents of a website for a user, the web application must be written to track the user's progress from page to page. So when a host needs to customize the contents of a website for a user, then it needs to, so some applications are needed to track the user's progress from page to page. So this HTTP protocol tracks all the user's progress from page to page and is very helpful for communication between client and server. And one more way to solve this problem is sending and receiving cookies. As cookies is also one way to track the user's progress, and this is especially used by the website organization. So for business purpose it can be used, like for how many users have visited their website and what users are accessing on their website. To track this they can use this. Next protocol for communication is XMPP, and its full form is Extensible Messaging Presence Protocol. So this is for streaming XML elements over a network in order to exchange messages and presence information in close to real time. Yes, this is one way for communicating the messages, for exchanging the messages from one user to from client to server, and XML elements over a network. And whatever XML elements are there, it can be also loaded on the web pages so that the users can see those. This protocol is mostly used by instant messaging applications like WhatsApp. Yes, this XML can be used by the applications like WhatsApp, especially used for communication, sending the messages. So it is also known as Jabber. is a protocol that Google, Apple, IBM, and Lab Journal have all signed on with. So already this Google, Apple, IBM, this already they use this XMPP in their applications, in their services. It is XML based and easily extensible, which makes it ideal for cloud services. It maintains a connection between the client and the web server. XMPP was developed for instant messaging and presence. So as we discussed, it is used for instant messaging and presence. So X, it means extensible, and it is a open source project which can be changed or extended according to the need. So it is open source and you can use it and you can change according to your needs. You can use it for the applications. Next is M, is designed for sending messages in real time. So M is nothing but sending the messages, and it has very efficient push mechanism compared to other protocol. For sending the messages, instant messages, this extensible protocol is very good. So it determines whether you are online or offline, busy, it indicates the state. So that's why whether you are online or offline, what is your status, that's what you can see on the WhatsApp and all because of this protocol. XMPP is a protocol that is a set of standards that allow systems to communicate with each other. So it is efficient and able to scale to millions of concurrent users on a single service. So especially this protocol XMPP is used for the chatting purposes, for and like WhatsApp or any other social media where the communication is happening, because it can connect millions of users concurrently, and at a time they can exchange the messages. So it allows for easy two-way communication, eliminating the need for polling. So two-way communication, that is even the sender can send the messages, even the receiver can send the messages, and there is no need for polling like one message, after sending one message then only other message can send, after sending only the second message third message can be, it is not like that way. So how much messages you want, you can send that much. Next is security. So securing your cloud sessions is mainly important, as security is one of the top reasons businesses are thinking to join the cloud. So as we already discussed about the security, how important it is for securing the cloud, and one more way is that securing your the cloud sessions. As I told you, whatever the sessions are going on in the clouds should be secured. So there are two options widely used: secure socket layer for encryption and another OpenID for authentication. Yes, to identify the user, the OpenID is used for authentication, whether it is authorized person or no. And to keep your data safe, the socket layer is used for encryption by encrypting it. So let us study about secure socket layer. So it is used for it is one of the encryption technology used for security, for establishing an encrypted link between a web server and browser. Yes, using the secure socket layer, a connection can be set up between the web server and a web browser. So this ensures that data passed between the browser and the web stays private. The last time you bought something from your favorite online retailer, the last time you bought something from your favorite online retailer, you passed along your credit card information using secure socket layer. So this is one example, like you have brought something from the online retailer, and then uh, so these all information, like you need the credit card to do the online shopping and all. So you passed along your credit card information. So you have used your credit card, but this is secured using secure socket layer, encrypted. Even if the unauthorized person gets this information, it is no use for them. To create an SSL connection on a web server requires an SSL certificate. So SSL certificate is very important to recognize whether it is a known connection or unknown connection. Still, when you open the browsers and you can see the corner, the clock, and when you click on that clock, you can see the certificate of SSL. So if it is a genuine certificate, you can see there is a green signal. If it is a not genuine certificate or something unauthorized, not identifying, then it will show in something red color. So your web browser will be able to establish an encrypted link between your computer and the cloud provider. OpenID is used for authentication to identify whether it is authorized user or no. So OpenID is an open source solution for the problem of needing a unique username and password for accessing to different websites. So OpenID allows to create the username and password for every user to access their website. Is a product of the open source community to solve problems that were not easily solvable by existing technology. So to identify users, this technology is used. So this allows to choose OpenID provider that best meets your need and that you trust. Also, OpenID can stay with you no matter which provider you move to. Best of all, OpenID is free. So you can install it from the website, and it is open source. So anybody can use it for securing their information. So this is good for businesses because it means a lower cost for password and account management. So companies like AOL, Microsoft, Sun, Novell begin to accept and provide open IDs. So companies like this, they started using these open IDs for securing their services, securing their uh, data, and taking care of the users' data. And so in today's session, we have discussed about application communication protocols and security measures like SSL and open IDs. In the next session, we'll see some new topic. Thank you.